Okay guys, here we have the Sony XB41 portable speaker. This retails for 250 USD or 329 Singapore dollars. And on the right we have the Xtreme 2. The JBL Xtreme 2 retails for 300 USD or 399 Singapore dollars. Today of course we're going to compare their sound quality, but first let's talk about how the XB41 stacks up to the Xtreme 2 in terms of specs. The first thing that you notice about this speaker of course is the lights. The lights are flashy and they are customizable as well, but of course you know my standpoint about lights on a speaker. I think they are nice to have but not very essential. But of course in terms of looks, this looks a lot more interesting than the non-flashy JBL Xtreme 2. Both of them are similar in some ways. Both of them are the biggest speakers being offered by JBL and Sony right now, and they are both IPX7 waterproof, so that means you can submerge them under a meter of water for up to 30 minutes. Both of them also have apps that allow you to connect more than 100 similar speakers to amplify the sound, to cover a whole party even. But in terms of speaker design, they are both quite different. This has two tweeters and one bass driver. This in turn has two tweeters, two bass drivers, and two side-firing bass radiators. So I'm gonna expect a lot more bass performance coming up from this, but who knows, I may be wrong. Maybe they are both comparable in terms of bass. Both of them use Bluetooth 4.2 as their main wireless streaming protocol, but the JBL Xtreme 2 does not do any sort of higher resolution streaming such as AAC or aptX. Whereas even though the XB41 does not support any sort of high-res music streaming such as aptX, it does support AAC and it does support LDAC as well. So if you're using this for watching videos, the audio-video syncing might be a little bit better than the Xtreme 2. There's so much more about the XB41 that I would love to cover, but we'll leave that till after the sound quality test, okay? So right now, let's begin the comparison. Okay, so both of these speakers are set to 50% volume. The XB41 is set to flat EQ. Clear audio mode has been switched on for this speaker because I want this speaker to perform at its full capacity, whereas extra bass mode has been switched off because I don't want any sort of artificial bass enhancement done to its sound quality when I compare it with the JBL Xtreme 2. Now this is done in the name of fairness because the JBL Xtreme 2 does not have any customizable EQ settings. So now let's begin. Let's start off with the XB41. They're pretty clear, pretty bright sounding. And the bass has some punch to it as well. So I feel this speaker sounds a bit bright, which is not a bad thing. The bass can be a little bit more punchy, I feel, but the music still sounded rich and full. Track separation is pretty decent as well. Not the best I've heard in a portable speaker, but it's still pretty decent. Okay, so let's switch over to the JBL Xtreme 2. Like I said, this is also set to 50% volume. Let's begin. Yeah, super obvious difference. Yeah. Okay, the JBL Xtreme 2 sounds richer and fuller. It sounds like it's got more gravitas as well. Bass definitely a lot more punchy and a lot more well defined as compared to the XB41. It also has much better track separation, although it doesn't feel as bright as the XB41. Okay, let's just play the same song as the Xtreme 2 just to confirm that. the song. Okay, let's change over to the XB41. Hear that? I somehow feel the XB41 sounds a little more muddy than the Xtreme 2. Also, it's a little bit softer. Of course, the XB41 has a certain kind of quality and richness to it, but overall I feel that the Xtreme 2 sounds more musical. Well, it has to, right, because it's got two big passive bass radiators firing off from the side and 4 drivers firing towards you, whereas the XB41 only has 3 drivers, 2 tweeters and 1 bass driver firing towards the listener. So in terms of track separation, more drivers will always ensure better track separation as compared to something with a more simplified speaker design. So just to be clear, the more track separation your speaker has, the less muddy it will sound, because there's going to be a lot more definition to the individual tracks in the music. Also, the Xtreme 2 is louder than the XB41. Okay, let me just gauge how much louder by playing a song on the Xtreme 2 and then switching over to the XB41, right? Yeah, okay, so let's switch over right now to the XB41. Yep. No doubt. Yep. So the Xtreme 2 is louder than XB41. Probably even like 15% louder or more. Interesting. But of course, let's not rush to a conclusion here. After all, the XB41 does cost $50 less than the Xtreme 2. And in addition to the lower price point, the XB41 also has more features than the Xtreme 2. And its features is what we'll be looking into right now. The Xtreme 2's battery life is up to 15 hours of playtime, whereas Sony claims that this has up to 24 hours of playtime. I'm quite skeptical if you can achieve 24 hours of playtime with the light show and with clear audio processing switched on, so we might have to take that 24-hour claim with a grain of salt. Features like EQ settings, the ability to group this speaker with similar Sony speakers, and also the ability to customize the lights. Now, Sony is positioning this speaker as something young and fun and cool, so you can do stuff like scratching, drums, playing around with the lights, reggae horn, shake your phone for some interesting effects, make your music sound wider with live mode. I'd rather switch it off. Smack the speaker for sound effects. These features are pretty fun, but at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, are these features what you're looking for in a portable speaker? Or is this just a way for Sony to differentiate their products from the rest of the competition out there? So yes, this is a speaker with decent performance, designed for the active lifestyle, it's water resistant, it's shock proof to a certain extent. At this price point, it's not the best sound quality I've heard, but it's got decent audio performance. It's got some pretty cool features as well, aimed at a younger target audience. But at the end of the day, we gotta ask ourselves, what are the features that matters the most to us, the end consumer? When it comes to portable speakers, I'm usually a purist. I believe in fewer features done correctly that justifies the price. But I don't know, maybe there are more people out there who are like, the more features we have in a speaker, the more that justifies the price. So bros, I want to pose this question to you. Are you a purist like me? Do you believe in less is more? Or do you believe in the more features the merrier? And why? Tell me in the comment section below, tell me what you think. So bros, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and remember to ring the bell to join my notification squad, because I upload videos every single week. And this is the only way you'll get notified. And if you think I'm doing a great job with these videos, you can show your appreciation by sending me a $1 cup of coffee through Patreon or PayPal. Links are in the description, and I thank you in advance for your cups of coffee. Once again, my name is Aaron. You're watching Aaron is Loud and Wireless. This is the best tech review channel on YouTube from Singapore. And I will see you again in the next video. Face palm out!